Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I'm back with another video here. So, Flyers lay a goose egg in this one. Not on the scoreboard as they scored 2 goals, but in the sense of this game was very winnable. Just a very, very bad start, and that's what's killed them. The difference in this game was Columbus's top line players, Gaudreau, Line A, all guys like that, they were their top players. And the Flyers' first line struggled in this game. Guys like Hayes, guys like Konechny, guys like Tippett. I thought there were some good things in this game to take out of it. I thought the Provorov-D'Angelo pairing played their best game together, in this season so far. Not just because the two of them scored, but just moving the puck and the quick exits and just the breakouts and just strong defensive plays from the both of them all night. As for the line, same as last game. Tippett, Hayes, Konechny, Farabee, Lawton, Allison, Sedlak, Cates, and McEwen, Delorier, Frost, Leksinski, Provorov, D'Angelo, Sanheim, and Braun, Sealer, Ristolainen, and Hart was in net for this one. He suffered his first regulation loss of the season. Again, as for the first period, it was, a couple good defensive plays by Tippett, but Gaudreau would score early off of a play where it's a turnover in the neutral zone. There's definitely things to work on with this team, and there's a lot of things that they have to clean up, and turnovers is one of them. The last game against St. Louis, they limited a lot of turnovers. They limited a lot of chances outside the line, and they didn't turn anything over in between the blue lines. And the problem with this was all 3 of the goals were turnovers right at the blue line or inside the blue line in the neutral zone. At least, the 3 of the 5, because 2 of them were empty netters. So Gaudreau would score off the rush, make it 1-0. I thought Hart could have had that one. He was really down early. It pretty much gave that whole open side, and Braun's not catching Gaudreau. They looked really sluggish to start the Flyers, and I wouldn't say it's expected. Columbus is coming into it with 5 days of rest. They didn't play since the Global Series on the 4th and 5th in Finland against Colorado, and I was kind of expecting a shift in momentum, at least a little bit, where the Flyers were down, because again, they've been able to find comebacks, and being down 2-0 hasn't been a surprise to the Flyers this year at all, and hasn't been a theme, I guess. Farabee had a shot from the slot. Provorov was found wide open but was robbed. Really nice pass there by Konechny. Delorier had a timely fight before that, and it kind of got the Flyers going a little bit. They had a couple chances. McEwen had a really nice play. Nice hustle play off of a shift that Columbus had the Flyers hemmed in their own zone. Hayes almost scored off of between the legs pass from McEwen. It was just a disgusting pass, and they almost scored in front, and then Werenski would score off of a potential 3-on-1, 4-on-2-ish kind of rush, and Tippett a turnover. That way he wasn't credited with any giveaways on the 2 plays, but they were both indeed giveaways. Turns it over. Sanheim had a good initial play on the laydown. That's a good L1, R1 in NHL 23. And again, a nice play on the dive, but it lands right on Werenski's stick, and it just goes right through Hart. 4-on-4, Farabee and Blankenburg kind of tussle a little bit. Lawton had a quick shot on net. Tippett had a play where he kind of dragged in front. Frost started the whole play from the defensive zone play up. Actually won the puck battle in the corner and then set Tippett up for the chance in the slot and almost scored but hit the post. I thought the Flyers controlled play. They had a couple plays where they could have scored, but 2 quick plays and 2 turnovers made this game 2-0. And early in the second, Jenner makes it 3-0 off a turnover. And this is the problem. It's been the turnovers, and they have to limit them. I mean, they have to at least... if the issue was, they were limiting them, but the other team wasn't scoring and Hart was there. Tonight, Hart wasn't really there, and this is why you kind of see a lopsided game. You're not going to always have great goaltending, and you can't always rely on your goaltender, and that's part of the problem with this. As for the just the overall game, there have been some games where they have limited turnovers, like the last game against St. Louis in the 5-1 win, but overall, when Hart's been in net, they've had a lot of turnovers. So, and again, it's only game 13. It's not, I don't really think towards, I guess cares is the word of how long this takes, but so it's 3-0, and then the Blue Jackets get a power play off a phantom elbow call on McEwen. I don't know what the Flyers had to do tonight to get a power play. They didn't get any. 0 for 0. And Columbus was 0 for 2. Flyers came into this game on the penalty kill, 8th in the league. 8 goals against on 41 attempts. So, again, really good just in general, and 19.5% so far. So, again, they've done a real good job on the PK, and it definitely was good tonight. So, they ended up killing that one off. Couple chances tonight. The Flyers had a shorthanded chance from Sedlak, but they didn't score. There was a review on a penalty from Delorier, and I kind of thought, I didn't really think this was a penalty to begin with. Gabranson fell, and Werenski was hurt before that. So Gabranson gets hurt. Werenski is hurt before that. The Jackets were missing a couple guys, Voracek, Kent Johnson, Sean Corrali. And then they lose Werenski in this game. They lose Gabranson. They played half this game with only 4 defensemen, and Gavrikov got hurt at the end of the game for Columbus. So that could have been, 6 players right there? That's a lot. And you know, for them, it's tough because, you know, they've really struggled. They were 3-9, and they win the night, but just not. It's unfortunate for the Flyers too, because you played pretty much half this game with, you know, as I said, 4 defensemen, and they couldn't really get anything going. Not much going on. The Flyers had a couple looks. Farabee had to play for Lawton and tight. Then the Flyers got a goal. D'Angelo scored off a play where they got it towards the net. It was just in and around the vicinity. I believe the initial shot was from Provorov, and it kind of just like rolled in, and then D'Angelo was kind of right there, jamming on the spot, and he just kind of slammed it, and it didn't go in the net, but it went over the line, obviously, and it was in the glove of Korpisalo, but it was over the line, so it counts. Columbus gets a power play off a penalty from Frost on a trip, and it's an unfortunate penalty because I thought Frost had a pretty good game up until this point, and it wasn't really a lazy penalty. I mean, the puck was there. You know, the Flyers had a forecheck kind of going, and he kind of got, I think the skates got caught up at the same time. Sanheim had a nice play behind the net. Braun ended up clearing. Konechny fan on a 3-on-1 pass. And then they had a 2-on-1 the other way. He's had a block shot late. Penalty kill was 2 for 2. So end of the period wasn't horrible. They only had 4 defensemen, so you got to press in the third, and the Flyers did that. The shots in the third period at one point were 13-5 in favor of the Flyers later on. And, you know, as the period went on, they ended up getting a goal. Provorov would score his first of the year. Again, just a really nice shift, a really nice kind of just rush where they had looks on 3-on-1s, 4-on-2s. They didn't make the pass or turned it over. This one they score, and, you know, Konechny waited, set it right in front, and Provorov was kind of, you know, just right there, slam dunk. So it's 3-2. Ristolainen had 2 really nice plays later in this game. One to block the pass for a potential breakaway for Gaudreau, and then the Flyers almost scored a shift before that. And then he had another good play just to kind of stop the rush and level guys off. And he was doing kind of what Provorov and D'Angelo were doing for most of this game. You know, the overall plays of just taking guys into the corner or, you know, being right there with your stick, or just kind of that like little stick play. Provorov and D'Angelo have really settled in together, and they've definitely been a top pair. I'd honestly argue, you know, you can consider them one of the better top pairs in the league. Obviously nobody's really going to say that, because it more depends on your team too, right? A lot of the good top pairs, Fox, Lindgren, McAvoy, Lindholm, right? You have those other ones of really good teams, you know, Maher and Tays. You have that. The Flyers are a bad team, but have a pretty good first pair, so it's a little bit different. The Flyers had an empty net late with around 2:20. They couldn't really get anything going. They called a timeout, 4-2, empty netter, Blankenberg all the way down the ice, and another one late, make it 5-2. So that was all she wrote for this one, and a tough one because, again, you're coming off of a win on Tuesday, 5-1 win at home against St. Louis, and you come here, Columbus is struggling. You want to take advantage of them. They had rest. Their top players were good. Flyers just had a bad start, and you had a really good start last game. Bad start this game. And look, it's been like a seesaw for most of the season so far. 7-4-2, not bad. Definitely some things to work on, though. I mean, for sure. I just wish we could see this team healthy, I think, is part of the frustration I have. Because there's certain plays late in certain situations where this guy's out there over, if like Hayes is taking the draw over Couturier, like obviously you'd rather have those guys out there, and I'd like to see the team healthy before I make many other judgments. I will say that there have been some good things. Again, the first pair league I talked about, penalty kill was good, been really good all season, honestly. Again, I wish they had a power play tonight because I don't know what they had to do to get a power play. But again, I mean, as for the game, I thought McEwen had a really solid game. Wade Allison was very good as well, winning puck battles, making smart plays, and just he was kind of just like a disturber, for most of the game. He would get in there, win a couple battles, send it back to the point. I thought Ristolainen was very good, and I'd like to see Sanheim kind of push some more offense a little bit at times. I think there's been some plays where he's just kind of just made that like smart defensive play and then kind of got off. Like I'd rather him try to just push some more offense like he usually does. But we'll see. Again, there's a lot of season left, so let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember to check out the podcast soon. I got a really good guest coming up for that, so stay tuned for that announcement soon. The fan club raffle tickets coming up soon. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Click that subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I will talk to you all again soon.